first of all, most of the smallholder farmers are financially excluded due to their low levels of savings. So they're unable to open up bank accounts due to the minimum balance that is required for one to open up a bank account. So the fact that they actually need to save, they decide to come up with groups of 30. They save in groups of 30. They save on a weekly basis, after which their savings are kept in their leaders' houses. Every group has a leader that is selected by the 30 members. So there is too much paperwork going on because they have books and every member has a book where all their savings are, okay, for every saving you make, there is a star that's indicated in the book depending on how much you've saved. And then there is a general book that's where they write the amount one has saved, all the transactions that are taking place in regards to borrowing, the interest charged, and how you pay back the loan. So when we did our research, we actually attended their meetings, and we noticed they take too much time writing down, and then they use their heads to calculate these figures. Sometimes they have miscalculations. They it's either an overestimate or an under. And then the other thing, keeping these records and then their money in a box, they just lock it with a padlock. It's really not safe. That's how we came up with this whole idea of Akaboxi, to improve on that. It's a digital financial inclusion system for smallholder farmers. It enables them to monitor and manage their savings together. We have a handheld device that has an application on it, and then every member has an identity card with a demographic information. So for every meeting, a member has to go with their card, and then their leader is holding the device. So you bring your card, you swipe it on the device. Your information comes through. So if it's Choksim Edinah will come. If I'm saving 2,000 shillings, they will type it. They will enter it in the device, 2,000. In case I get to borrow, in case I'm paying off a loan, all that information is stored on that device. And after which you get a receipt. If I've saved 2,000, I'm going to get a receipt. So every member does that. Every member has a card. So when all that is done, they count the amount of money they've collected that day. After counting the money, they ask if there is any member who wants to borrow. So the people who want to borrow are given the money. Then the remaining balance, the hard cash, the remaining balance is what is taken to the bank and deposited. So the leader goes with, it could be the treasurer. They go to the bank, they deposit that money, and members receive a notification indicating that their money has been saved. Most of these farmers are illiterate and they don't know much about technology. So you really have to train them step by step. You have to make sure they understand the whole concept. And of course, the best way to help these farmers and also to help yourselves is to make sure you involve them so that they feel that they are part of this whole this whole digitalization system. Yes. The fact that we have linked them to financial institutions. So these financial institutions now get to know about these farmers. We are linking them to their nearest. We started with a village called Ramganga. It actually has a circle. It's more of a circle microfinance. Yeah. So that's where they store their savings. And then now with this system, it has a track record. So that's credit scoring. So in case they wanted to acquire loans from the bank, they could use that information to acquire loans from the bank. And we also noticed a financial gap because their savings are really not so much. And sometimes you find people have different needs. It could be school fees or they want to buy inputs. So the float they have within the group isn't enough to accommodate everyone in case everyone wanted to borrow. So we're also trying to eliminate that by injecting some capital into the groups, and they can borrow from that money. And then we're also trying to partner with these financial institutions to also support.